Hey everyone, welcome to the training of getting ready to launch GLP-1. We are 5 days away. My name is Courtney Watkins, and we have Tara Wilson joining us today. I've been in the industry for over 10 years. We've had several product launches, and we also have some top leaders on this call today. So if you guys want to help out, add anything into the chat or things that you're doing, you can feel free to chime in. We just had an amazing opportunity call of showing what GLP-1 is and also activation and why it's so different and unique. So if you want to take a look at that replay, it will be on YouTube, so you can check that out. But today we're going into the launch, and I really have never seen a company launch a product in this way. My friend and neighbor, Kristen Cunningham, she's the CSO, and I know that she played a big role in how they've launched this out, with several companies going into the affiliate marketing right before we're launching GLP-1. She kept saying, I wish they knew what was coming. I wish we had tell them what was coming, and just to sign NDAs and all those types of things. And it was like, you know what? It's an old school way to launch a product by keeping it secret and then launching it at the event. So let's just tell everyone. And so I had earned a Rise Retreat with Tara Wilson. So I've been on the products for a little over 4 weeks, using them, loving them. The YouTube channel, I will post in different places. I keep it an unlisted link. I'll have to check with Tara if I do it public to see how people can find it, but I'll let you know more about that. I have several videos that I've recorded, so we'll do that way, and maybe I'll just keep the training unlisted so you guys can all find that. Don't worry, it will be available. But what I want you guys to do is, are you guys getting loud about activation? Let me know in the chat. Do you feel like you're building your list? Do you have people that are like, yes, I want this? Are you sharing everyone's results? Are you educating about GLP-1, right? So with GLP-1, with LifeVantage, we want to show the activation message. That's what we've been doing. So you guys are already, Kaylin, I can't stop, LOL. Yes, so right now is the time to get loud. I know that there have been times and cycles in my business that I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm so annoying because I'm posting about my business so much. Right now, I don't even have that in my head. I don't know if you guys do, but I am like Kaylin. I can't stop myself from sharing about this all the time. Last Sunday, I think it was, I had 3 new consultants enroll and 1 customer on a Sunday, which I typically we did this opportunity call on a Sunday. People are on their phones. A lot of people are, in my paused, it says my internet's unstable.
You were, but you're back.
Okay. But this is a time that I send opportunities videos out on Sundays. This is the time that I'm following back up. Now, one of the tools that I want to share with you for launch that I'm personally doing, Tara and I both did a post that was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, GLP-1's coming. You can join our activated weight loss group, okay? Say list or whatever. And that post, I probably had the most people comment list on. And so what I do is I continue to go back to that post and post more before and after pictures, like updates. I'm like, oh, here's more before and afters. Here's this other information. Because all of those people that commented, they see that on their list. But what I want to show you guys real quick, and then Tara's going to come in and tell you her plans. But really, right now, if you don't plan, you plan to fail, right? So we want you guys to have a plan for your business, to have events set up, to have training calls. But what stood out to me so much, Tara, and I wish I would have done this more, is really to have more before and after pictures of myself. I'm going to try to dig some out of me like walking in my sports bra with the little fat roll that it's like, okay, now here I am now. But I love seeing like Tracy Lane's of these jeans didn't fit, just different angles. Angie, side by sides, like, did you ever think standing sideways made you look skinnier? And now she's side, like, try to document as much as you can, because what I have found is I didn't really think I was getting crazy results personally. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, because I see other people that are losing 16 pounds, they're losing all this weight. And I'm like, that's not me. Well, you're going to be surprised when you're using this product consistently. It is working. So documentation is one of the biggest things that I wish I would have done more of. But the other thing is your list. Be organized with that, because The day it launches, we want to be sending shopping carts. So I'm just going to kind of give you an idea of my list. I have my GLP-1 list on my phone in my notes. So I know, like, if I have a piece of paper there, I have to bring that and all those things. Yes, tape measure is important. But this is the way I organized my list. Yes, Taurus is on her phone. I organized it by consultants because I have some consultants that don't really work the business or whatever. And they're like, make sure to message me. And then I have my customers that are like, oh, make sure to message me. And then I have people that aren't on any products. And so what I did is I put down where they were from, where they commented. So if they're from IG, if they're from Facebook, where they came from, because I want to make sure that I know how to reach back out to that person if I don't have their phone number. So that's one of the tips for me. Tara, let's dive into it. You're still muted though.
Yes, and I'm sure most of you who are part of the company have seen it, or perhaps you're here as a guest. I know Teresa Thomas is here because she's been friends of mine on Facebook for years, and she's like, "Okay, I'm coming in," right? So hi, Teresa. So she's like, "I think it's about time I join you." And I'm telling you, I'm getting these messages literally every single day. I have people. In fact, there's a gal I just did a call with yesterday. I have known her for since my son, who's 24, was in first grade. So 18 years. 18 years. And over the years, she's always kind of been a little curious about what I do. And so she's like, okay, I'm serious. Send me stuff. So I sent him a bunch of information, a lot of videos. And her boyfriend, they're like, we want to do this. So we have a call and we have a training call with them on Tuesday. So it's just like, you guys, you got to get the word out there. There's obviously, you're going to have a whole crop of new people. Weight loss is a whole different category. And like I said, I built a team of 60,000 distributors and over 300,000 customers in 4.5 years, you guys. So almost 400,000 people. I've been in LifeVantage for almost 9 years and I have about 160,000 people. So I did in half the time, almost 2.5 times, because it was weight loss. I had 1,000 people join in a single day in my personal downline during Momentum. So you guys have absolutely zero idea what is possible for this. And I want to just, I want to say, for those of you who are already in, you're going to get new people. Keep putting the word out there, social media, but call friends, family. Who do you know who wants to lose weight with an all natural product that is clinically proven and like it works? Like it works. And I can't wait for you guys to see how well it works. I mean, just the Club 55 has had extraordinary results.
Yeah.
So new people, current, right? Make sure that everybody, do not assume that everyone gets a LifeVantage text, Facebook message, groups, or email. I don't. In fact, people are like asking me questions. I'm like, I got to go search my email. I don't know. I haven't looked, right? Because I'm on the field advisor board, so I'm constantly plugged in. And then who quit? Who quit? I have a gal that joined 9 years with me. She's been ordering products ever since, but she's coming back in a fury because she's like, this it's going to be big. So I'm going to go through a little training, right? You guys want some training? Anytime you ask a person 3 questions and the answer is yes, they're going to say yes to anything you sell them. Okay. So something like, and you guys can feel free to craft your own, but like, hey friend, did you know obesity was the fastest growing disease in the country? We don't need to talk about the world, but just the country, because it's only available in the US right now. It'll be global in April. Yes. Do you know anyone who wants to lose 10 or more pounds, 5 or more pounds, doesn't matter? Yes. Do you think if there was an all-natural GLP-1 activator with no side effects that gave people results, do you think they would try it? Yes. Great. Here's the information. Or can I give you the information? Can I put you on my list? Can I send you the link when it's live to order in 5 days from now, 4 days from now, 3 days from now, tomorrow, today, right? So just getting conversations with people. And a lot of people are like, people are asking the ingredients. I'm like, the ingredients are irrelevant. They are all plant ingredients. They will not, and people are like, oh, this, if I'm on this medication, your body produces GLP-1 already. Many foods that you're already eating naturally produce it, but this is going to hyperproduce it to give you better results than eating eggs and broccoli. Okay? You get it? You get it? Like broccoli is an NRF2 activator. Are you guys lowering your inflammation by eating broccoli? Probably not. Most people don't even eat broccoli, okay? Collagen depletes naturally 1 to 2% a year. Many ingredients in the foods you are already eating increase collagen, but if it were enough, nobody would ever have a wrinkle. Do you see what I mean? Like this whole take it to make it, I really need you guys to understand the whole take it to make it concept. And so when you're getting the new people, and this is not just another weight loss supplement, this is activating your own GLP-1 versus taking a synthetic version. And we all know someone who took a weight loss drug and it worked. You guys, just one company in one market, just Ozempic, just in the US last year did $14 billion. Billion. Guys, we would be excited if we got a 200 million of that. We would double our company, double the amount of presidentials, double the ECs, double the MCs, double the SCs, double them all. Okay, do you get what I'm saying? Like I told C5 that I'm going to double my team this year, if not 3x it. And I think I might 3x it after like just talking to people. Like I have like one of my teams has a Kansas City thread. And I was like, okay, I want to write down, and I'm actually documenting, and I am going person by person and saying, what is your number? What is your number? You can give me a kiss. What is your number? What is your number? 30, 50, whatever. The average is 50. Excuse my hunky husband. Love you. How about he's going to watch football? 50 is the average. And that's in October, you guys. And so just so if you guys need some dreaming or the ability to like dream a little bigger, think a little bigger than I want to get 5, I want to get 10, please. Like that should be like day 1. Seriously, if you do this right, that's day 1. That's when we launch. The people that will see your post on social media that you've talked to, and then you post your link or whatever, or you put it in your link in bio really quickly, they will find you and order it without you having to contact them. I imagine I'll get 20 people to order from me that I haven't even have on my list. Do you understand? Like, I mean, they're going to be jumping in the boat, you guys. You don't understand what weight loss there will be when the results of the study are out, when that product is live and the cost, like you guys see the price point, it's so affordable. They will literally be jumping in your boat. So I'm going to caution you because there's 4 types of sellers out there. And by the way, my husband's leaving for football. My daughter's watching TV. I'll stay here and do an open house. You can come and go if you need to go eat, food, whatever, take care of kids. There's 4 types of selling styles. And I'm going to go through each one of them really quickly. There's the friend, the pretender, the advisor, and the adversary. The adversary is the people that are the most responsible for creating negative sellers. They're just trying to get the sell and they don't care about the person. I got into weight loss in my last company because I was sitting in a wellness company and I was reading an article in October 2010 that said the Surgeon General just announces today that obesity has now passed smoking as our #1 killer. I didn't get into wellness to make a ton of money, even though I do. I got into wellness because my mom, who's sitting in an urn right there, died at 65 of cancer. And I have a lot of obese people in my family, and we can control that, right? But again, our food system is wreaking havoc on us. This takes your body back from the hijacking that the food system, just kind of like the Nerf 2, we're being hijacked. This is biohacking, right? It's giving you what you need for the environment. So I believe that every person that takes our product or joins my team, I believe that I'm giving them a gift. Carrie Dickey, my amazing mentor, she's one of the top 1 or 2 earners in the company. She said, every morning, I want you to put out your hands. In this one, you have the gift of health. And this one, you have a gift of wealth. Whoop, they pop up. And as you give one away, another one pops up. So my goal just became, how many gifts do I want to give away every day? And that's what my activity leads to, is giving gifts away. Okay. And so being in, just going for the sale is not a good strategy. Hold on one second. I need to tell myself. It's not. And if you're just looking to close the deal because you want to make the Alaskan cruise, those people will feel like they're just a sell. They'll know sale. They'll know if you're there. So the adversary, don't be that. Don't just go, I got to make SC1, MC1, I want to be on the cruise. That will come if you care about people. Number 2 is the friend. Now, it sounds like the friend would be good, but they're like, yeah, I know you seriously need to lose weight, but oh, you're telling me that you don't think you can do it, or you're telling me you can't afford it. So, okay, nobody wins. They don't buy the product, they don't get the results, they go on continuing being obese, and you don't get to sell. You're not building your business, and you are helping nobody. You are impacting nobody. Don't be
Mhm.
the friend. A good friend doesn't like every friend that comes to my birthday parties or comes to my house, every friend that has ever been a guest in my house is on one or more of my products. Every one of them, you guys, because I care about them. Most of them just started, seeing my social media posts. My mother-in-law was with her all weekend. She's like, can I start taking 2 collagens a day? Because she had a horrific back surgery and her hair's starting to fall out because of all the pharmaceuticals. I said, yeah, absolutely. Right. All of my friends and family take it. So don't be too good of a friend where you're going to let them give you excuses. So I don't make excuses, but I also don't take excuses, which a lot of people do. Then there's the pretender. There's going to be people that show up at the event. They're excited. They're going to, buy the product. They're going to jump on social media and hold on. And they're going to be like, yeah, I'm in it. They're not going to help anybody. No impact. Nobody gets help. So you don't want to be just the friend either. And then there's the good type, and that's the advisor. And this is the kind of person that I have always been in my 17 and a half years, because again, we don't sell products, we solve problems. So if someone says they have XYZ problem, and I know that lowering their oxidative stress will lower their problem, I'm going to tell them about it. I'm not going to let them sit there and be in pain or, be miserable or have sleep problems or energy problems or skin problems or gut health problems. And I'll probably give them other things as well. That's one of the things I do for my customers. Like, yeah, this will lower your oxidative stress, but so will this, and this. This will help you lose weight, but so will this, and this. So you always want to provide additional value to people. It's pretty easy to go and use AI, create a top 10 weight loss tips, and you can have an ebook in under 30 minutes. Offer it as a freebie. Hey, if you want to top 10 ways to lose weight, opt in here. Every one of those people is an extraordinarily hot lead for your GLP-1. Get creative. YouTube is full of trainings on how to market on social media. I wrote an entire chapter in this best-selling book on specifically how to sell and launch a product using stories. And I've been out of town, so I haven't started, but I'm going to start today. I've literally been out of town since last Monday. I've been masterminds, another mastermind, and my daughter's softball. But that's literally my chapter, is how to launch a product using stories, right? Create the problem, fill the problem, and then, tease it. And then, of course, and now it's the cat's out of a bag. So relay it. So guys, you want to be the advisor. You want to make sure when you're going into this that they want to lose weight, they understand what it is, that you might recommend some other things aside from it. Like, you might want to swap out sugary drinks for water. That's a great tip right there that will probably lose 10 pounds in 2 months just by doing that. You might want to walk, and I read something recently in a book called The Obesity Code, because I'm trying to always add value. So I'm always kind of adding value to myself so I can add value to others, that instead of one 30-minute walk, set your timer, and 15 hours a day, you're awake for approximately 15 or 16 hours awake. In the morning, how quickly could you walk 2 minutes? Very fast. I think I don't know. How quickly do you walk a mile? So you could probably walk
Like 20 minutes,
yeah. So
I think.
2 minutes is nothing. Like, that's the time
Yeah.
it takes to brew your coffee. While your coffee's brewing or whatever, walk 2 minutes. Just put it on your watch. An hour later, set a timer. You should be getting up anyway. But they
Mm-hmm.
said that 15 2-minute walks is light years better for your insulin and your blood sugar, than just walking 30 minutes a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I
incorporate
saw
walking.
this
Oh
this
my,
picture too, which I can post in the group. But this is your brain after sitting for 20 minutes, and this is after a 20-minute walk. Like
wow.
walking is huge. So I love that, like when we're doing our social media, educating, entertaining, and also letting people know us, right? Because the biggest thing for social media is you want people to know, like, and trust you. That's one of the biggest keys. I can always expect when I see Tara Wilson's post that it's going to be something typically educational. It's typically something that's like the food in America or different things like that. And then educational about what NRF2 is doing, right? So we can always expect that. But right now, with GLP-1, with launch, I think it's so key for people to see you, your excitement, your belief, what you looked like before you got activated, what you look like now being activated, sharing other people's stories on my Instagram story. I have a countdown, and I've had people join that countdown that are following the countdown for the day of the launch. So every now and then when I post someone else's before and after picture, I post that countdown. So people are seeing it like it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, right? And I keep doing posts that say, if you're not on my list yet, comment list. And then once they comment list, I send them a message. I don't just like, hey, Ashley's on my list. I send her a message and say, Ash, oh my gosh, I'm so excited you're on my list. And then I send her some little information. What I've been doing is trickling on the people that are on my list. Tara's probably doing the same thing, where I'll say, hey, wanted to circle back with you. This study just came out, that wherever that study was from. Huge. I was like, this is a game changer. The video of Shauna Mucklow. I love that she's just like saying, oh my gosh, this is the first time I'm not thinking about snacks. And I'm like, I love how Shauna describes the food noise. This is so key. And if you don't have the products yet, that's where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm counting down the days. This is going to be so huge. So I read someone's comment that says that they feel like they need to be a role model about the products. I always say you don't have to wait for your own results personally. The proof
Yeah.
is there. The results pictures are there. The studies are there. Like, especially with Protandim, it's like you think you're going to have a different results than Harvard and Stanford and all the other Ohio State. Most likely not, right? It works for everyone. How do you make a list? What kind of list? What do you do with that list? Tom and Wendy. Okay, I love that. I know Tara and I are both doing list through social media a lot, but also in person. I was in Tallulah's dance and I was telling her I'm going to be gone next week. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have the biggest product launch happening in my career history of 10 years. And she's like, oh, really? What is it? And I told her, and she's like, wait, I want that. Can you send me more info? Like, she texted me after I got home, was like, Courtney, this is me. I was thinking about that. Can you send me more info? And I added her to my list. But what I'm doing personally is doing a lot of posts saying, are you on my list yet? Comment list. Are you not on my list? Do surveys like on Instagram, do the things, list, more info, activation, not interested, right? Have those little things in your stories that people can engage with because Instagram likes you to get engagement. It loves for you to like build that. But I've had people that I was not expecting. Tara, I know you feel the same way, not expecting at all. That were like, when I'm like, do you want more info about the business, about the product? More people about the business than I ever would have thought. One of my friend's daughter, that's a college
Never.
softball player. I told Zach, I'm like, do you think she meant to hit that button? But then I reach out to them and I'm like, hey, thanks so much, whatever. But I've had the most success in September because it was the most organized I've been in a long time. And I was very intentional with my follow-ups. I was very intentional about circling back, like, hey, oh my gosh, I just saw this. I was so excited. I know you're excited about GLP-1. This just came out. Or, hey, this call's coming up, the Wellness Wednesday. Hop on if you can. They're not typically recorded. But I'm wanting to be top of mind. One of my top leaders, Kaylin Perez, she's on the call right now. She has put this in all of our brains that her biggest fear is that someone that she knows is going to hear about this from someone else other than her. And we had that happen in our other company, but we're in front of this. We are in now, right? And so I don't want someone in my neighborhood to buy it from someone else, from my circle of friends to be like, hey, I got that GLP-1 thing that you were posting about. And so that's why I am telling everyone. That's why I'm reaching out to my friends. If you have Beachbody friends, if you have people in other weight loss companies, hit them up and say, hey, I know you've had a lot of success with that. I know you have a lot of passion helping people get down to their ideal weight. We're launching this product. It's changing the game, whatever. I personally do a lot of voice text. Tara, are you a voice texter? I know we do that with each other, texting, but that's how you're building your list. You're telling people, are you on my list yet? If you're not on my list, you're missing out. Like, we're creating the FOMO of get this product on October 11th, I keep telling everyone, I'm going to be sending out the link. Get ready for a shopping cart. Be prepared to see a shopping cart from me on Friday at 5 p.m. It's going to get there. Like, whatever, just building that FOMO of like, you want this.
Yeah, you talking about this book? This is called Social Impact. 31 social media strategies guaranteed explode your network marketing business. There's several of us that are multimillionaires in the industry, like even Ray Higdon, one of the goats. Um, I can give you a link. I think I make like 80 cents. I'll disclose that. So it's not going to pay my bills, but I just want to disclose that. So if you want, message me, text me, whatever. Here, text me if you want. I'll send you the link to the book. It's so good. It is so good. It really is. Like I go to it all the time when I'm looking for a refresh. There's a lot of like how to build a brand, how to do this, this, and this. Mine is how to launch a product using stories. So I want to share the numbers because I'm a geek. So to get to the top of our company, you only need to enroll 3 people ever to want to do the business. So remember I said you don't have to have a lot of people, you just have to be consistent. So if you enroll 3 people, right? And they enroll 3 and they enroll 3 in the life of your business. And like, let's say it takes 6 months and you get around 729 people. If everyone was just ordering just the GLP-1 without any other products and had no customers, you would be doing around 93,000 in sales, which would put you at AC1 and probably a solid 6-figure income. If everyone just had 2 customers, you would be at 280,000, almost an EC3, which is about a $30,000 to $50,000 a month income. So when I started, there's a principle called the corridor principle. And this is the only reason I sit before you today, having done, I don't know, almost a $500 million in sales, earning $10 million, is because of this. Because if I hadn't started a business because of the fact that my brother enrolled 52 people and every single person in our family, and all of my friends were also like myself in my early to mid 30s and raising kids and working full time with 0 time, right? That was my life. But the corridor principle is actually a 12-year study on entrepreneurs. Like, why do some go on to be successful like me, and why do some who have all this potential don't succeed? So let's just pretend, this is a note from my sweet daughter. Let's just pretend this is a tunnel, a corridor, right? So what happens is you stand there. So this is your business. So what happens is when you join, or right now in a launch, you're sitting there at the edge. This is you. My finger is a person. I should draw a little face on it, right? You're sitting there and you're just peeking in. And how far down this tunnel you can see? Not very far, right? And you're like, oh, there's my mom. She needs to lose weight. She'll sign up. There's my best friend. She's going on a trip in a few months. She'll do this, right? And you are judging the life potential of your business based on the people that you know now. I have 160,000 people in my team. And you know how many of them I knew before this? Maybe 5? Of 5, not 500 or 5,000, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 160,000. So what happens is the corridor principle says the people that stand there and prejudge your business, they don't ever start. But if you start going down the tunnel and you're walking and all of a sudden a window, another tunnel, which is a new consultant, a leg, all of a sudden, if I hadn't posted something, I wouldn't have got Tina. Tina put thousands of people in our first 2 years. I wouldn't have met Shashi, and Shashi put, 1,000 people in the first year, made $83,000. I wouldn't have met Lyle Overbay, the first baseman for the Diamondbacks. This was 17 years ago, who introduced me to 150 people in 1 week and left for spring training, and I never saw him again. But he made $120,000 his first year because he introduced me to his network. Right? I started going down the tunnel, learning the skills, learning the conversation, learning which problems I'm solving, having like how to do it. So you want to say, how do you make a list? My list still, I'm getting fancy putting it in the legal size yellow paper on my phone. Until about a year ago, legal pads, the yellow legal pads and a pen, and I would put my list. And then I would put notes next to them, call them, not interested. And not interested doesn't mean don't ever call them again. No, I like follow up until they say no. I mean, follow up until they say yes or they're dead. That's my follow-up strategy. How many times do you follow up? Ask them, do you mind if I follow up with you again in 6 months, 3 months, let you know how it goes? Because a lot of people are like, oh, it's great, but no, my holidays are my busy time at my retail or my boutique or whatever. Great. Do you mind if I follow up with you after the holidays? I have a guy and his wife that own a boutique in Texas. It's called the Bling Box, and they sell jewelry and clothing. And I called him. I said, "What's up, Jeremy?" He's like, "I was wondering when you were going to reach out because I've known him for like 12 years or what. He was in my last business." I said, "What if you just put a sign up saying you want to fit in these jeans on the closet door or whatever, and had a QR code saying all natural GLP-1 activator. Here's the clinical studies. Here's before and after pictures. They click it, boom, sign up." He goes, "I'm in. As soon as it launches, let me know." He's on my list. I have a woman who's an influencer. She has 240,000 Scottsdale people that follow her, and she does, from Botox to fillers to this. If you need extensions, you would go to Julie's page to find out. It's called Lifestyle Jewels. She's going to let me do a Facebook Live. She has a wellness live every Wednesday. She's going to let me promote this on there, and I'll get her a link, and she's going to make passive income, right? So the list is, thank you. Thanks, Faye. The list is everyone you know. Now, I have made a fortune never doing anything weird, never buying leads, never knocking on doors, never cold calling. Oh God, never sliding into someone's DMs. Heck no, everything like I see, if I go into their DMs, it's because they have said, "Please add me to your list." Then I will go, and you ask me what I am, ask Teresa Thomas. I'm a voice memo. "Hey girl, how are you? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to hear from you. This is going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread, blah, 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 blah. I'm having a list." You got to get in, right? And that's what I do. I'm authentically me. I don't have a script because I'm going to talk different about every person. "Hey, it looks like you're a fitness enthusiast." Well, look, how many of your people come to you and they're just struggling in the kitchen, and no matter how many times you do reps, they're not moving on the scale? This is going to help them. You know what I mean? I talked to the chiropractor now. Unfortunately, I was referred to him by someone that's already in LifeVantage, but so he's already in. But he's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to start doing it because there's so many of my patients that are overweight. They need to lose weight because that would help their back and their knees and everything they come to me for, their neck," right? Get creative. Who do you know who's getting married? Who do you know that's shedding baby weight? Who do you know that just can't, who do you know that's perimenopausal that can't seem to lose weight? Who do you know that's a busy mom that just cannot find time for herself? Like 90% of everything with weight loss, guys, is you can hit the gym all you want. It is what you put in your mouth and how your blood sugar is stabilized. End of story. 99% probably is what you put in your mouth or how you process the things that go into your mouth, which is why people are doing the glucose monitors. Just eat whole natural foods, avoid seed oils, processed food, and refined sugar, and that's half the battle. You do those three things, you'll lose so much weight too. This will just help it. It will escalate it, right? Who do you know who? Who do you know that wants to lose 10 pounds? Everybody. Who's an entrepreneur? Who do you know that's sick of driving Uber or sick of renting out their house or is ready to live in their house and doesn't want to rent it out anymore? Who do you know that's looking for extra income? 33% of Americans right now actively are looking for extra income. If you could build a business in a weight loss company that has an all natural GLP-1 activator with no known side effects, that has massive, incredible proven results, that is affordable, and with as little as 30 customers, you could be making an extra $1,200 a month. Would that change your life? Would that make a difference? And then how many of your friends want to do that? I can teach you how to build a team to do what I do, right? I didn't learn it all at once. I didn't jump to the top of the comp plan, although my first year in network marketing, so I got in March 2007. From March of 2007 to December 2007, I made $56 in my network marketing business. I quit my job because it was like this, right? So I was making about 10,000 a month in December. I quit my job 6.5 months in. I've never gone back to work for somebody else. That was October 1st. I forgot to do a post because I was at a mastermind. That was 17 years ago. I started network marketing, and I'll never forget. My boss was like, "Are you sure you know what you're doing? Are you sure? Like, you can come back?" Because I was like the top funder. I was making six-figure income. I loved my job. I'm like, "No, I think I'm gonna be okay." Made $314,000 my first full year, which was 2008 in network marketing. 2012, I was able to bring my husband home too, who does everything in the business I don't want to do, like pay the taxes, do all of our investments, paperwork, technology. Like, he usually buys me like the camera that I'm on. He bought all the stuff like that. But make a list of everyone you know and then start asking them, "Hey, who do you know that wants to lose 10 pounds? I am making a master list because in 5 days, 4 days, 3 days from now, we are launching an unbelievable clinically proven product, and the results, just take my word for it, are extraordinary. It's an alternative to all the weight loss drugs, doesn't require a prescription, much more affordable. And the best part is no side effects and it works. And it's easy to use. So who do you know? I'm making a list. Everyone should have a goal to have 100 people on that list. Every one of you. Because even if you only know 20 people, 20 people know 20 people, that's 400 people. And those 400 people know 20 people, that's 8,000 people. You have no excuses. I'm sorry, there are no excuses. There's 330 million people in the US. I don't care where you live, go to Facebook. Start adding value, start getting in groups. Oh, I don't even care how many groups I get kicked out of. I am going to post and I'm going to get so many customers from posting in those 50 and above groups and everything. I'll be like, natural GLP-1 activator. I don't even care if they kick me out. I will just join them as quickly as they kick me out. But have a goal. My goal is 50. So I actually went to say this earlier and I got on a rabbit trail. So let me give you a real number. So I joined March of 2000, 15. So it'll be 9 years. And my launch date was October 10th. Myself, Rachel Pekarik, and a few others. I did not come over. I was like, Jesus, I had about 12. We did not. I lost 119 multiple six and seven-figure income earners off of my team, going from 7.4 million a month in sales on my team down to 400,000 in less than 2.5 years. And with that, all the people left. So by the time I hit the panic button, because I was just trying, I'm so loyal, I wanted to stay there, and they ended up closing the door, selling the product, selling the downline. But I wanted to stay in the company because I'm so loyal. I made friendships, I made commitments to people, right? So I left I jumped off a ship as like my head was like here in water. I had to. But we had 12 of us that flew in, and then through a series of calls and Zooms from October 10th, 12 days later, or 13 days later, October 23rd in Phoenix, Arizona, was the date of our convention. Well, that was coincidentally the date of the other company's convention. And with a lot of effort, we were able to redirect over 80 people to come sit in the chair and hear, see and feel and hear LifeVantage. Marilee Maricich, Becky Taylor was there. And some people made some decisions right then and there, Erica Dale, to join us. And because of that, that has turned into 160,000 lives changed. But we just came over in 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks, from the 10th to the 30th first. We were able to break a Pro 7, a Pro 6 for the old comp plan, sorry. So an EC1, an MC3, and do $130,000 in sales. Okay. We're fourth month, we were both Pro 8. So my team was doing about 300,000. Rachel's was doing about 200, a little over 200. And we broke company records, and we started with a very small handful. So some of you have bigger teams right now than we started at. And I'm telling you, the Pro Tandem, my bottle fell over here. This was 40 PV at a time. This is 128. It's 3 times that. So you could do three times less people and still get the same results. You see what I'm saying? Okay. It is all a matter of how fast you want to work. I told my husband, my kids, and everybody, I'm going on the next run of my life. I've done 3 launches in my career that have earned me $10 million. Launching my first business, launching my second business, 4. Launching my third business, launching my 4th business. And now I'm launching a product. I guess we did a mini launch during college 2 years ago. That was pretty big, but not as big as this is. Anyone who's been around for 2 years knows it was good. This is going to 10x, and they've ordered 10 times the amount of inventory. They've ordered 10x inventory, and we have a lot of inventory for the product launch. And the 1st of December, another order just as big, and they're going to keep up with our demand. So the best news is we can sell out. Like, I know how much is there. If we sold out, we all gonna be real rich if we sell out that product. So what questions do you guys have for me? And there's no dumb question. There's no small question. Anything you want from, me, Courtney. Courtney is unbelievable at building on social media. I'm okay. I'm not the best, but I'm good at building. So how do you get people to refer people? You don't know anyone? Well, you haven't asked them about weight loss then. If somebody says, I don't know anyone, move on. That's just a jerky response that they don't want to do anything. Hey, I'm launching a weight loss business. Uh, the most clinically proven GLP-1 activator, outperforming the weight loss drugs with no side effects and very affordable. Who do you know? And you know what? I'll give you X amount. So for me, I'm a diamond. I'll be a diamond seller. I'm like high sapphire right now. Got lazy. Um, so I earned 30%. 30% of 128 is what? $38 or something like that. So I'm going to earn $38.40. So I might say, hey, if you don't want to join the business, um, I'll give you $20 Starbucks card or Amazon card or whatever you want if you refer me somebody who joins. Or you can join yourself and I can teach you how to refer people, or I can just set you up a website and you can send them all to me and we'll put them all underneath you and we'll build you a team.
In
Um,
our other company, we would do like a referral program. I did it as a hairstylist too, right? Like I would tell my clients, I love doing your hair. I'd love to do your friend's hair. I'll give you a discount for whatever. And so what we would do in our other company is like just do little burst of referrals.
yeah. So someone asked if children can take it.
And
Well,
two
here's what I
this
say.
month. What was
Huh?
that?
Someone asked if children can take it. Well, again, GLP-1 is produced by your body. It's all plant ingredients. And if, what I always say, like, I look at like pill bottles as like 12 and up is considered the adult dose. So I would probably say I wouldn't give it to anyone much younger than 12. But I don't know, maybe Google it. But again, they're all natural plant ingredients and it's just revving up what's already inside. I do not see a problem if you have an obese child. It's much better than having an obese child. I would much rather
Mhm.
see them take this. But again, legally, it's going to say age 18 because there are certain things that are RDA for children that are, what. But if you have a child that's 14 years old and weighs 140 pounds, they're basically an adult. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I don't
it's such a
see.
gift to kids because it turns off that food noise. Like they're obviously having cravings or different things like
Right.
that. The food noise is going to be the biggest piece to it. But one of the things that I was thinking with my sister, she has a 6-month-old baby and she markets different things on TikTok, talks about different things about nursing, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you have the prime audience right now because a new mom looking to lose weight, most likely, which she'll be done, nursing her baby 6 months to a year, whatever. But Erica Dale is using the product while she's nursing. So that's up to whoever wants to do it. But I was like, oh my gosh, Steph, your 30-year-old friends that have in Utah, a lot of us have had multiple babies close together, whatever. And I'm like, this is like the perfect market for that young generation that just has babies, you're tired, whatever. GLP-1. So that is a market that's not my target market. I'm out of the phase of having babies, right? But that new mom era, I'm like, Steph, this is like made for you, right? Gym owners, fitness people, my friend Brooke, like I started going to workout classes purposely to network and meet with people, right? And so I would bring in collagen samples to my people after I got to know them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just really want you to try this, whatever. And so now I'm like, that's one of my target markets. So I'll look up different people on social media or different ideas or things like that. But I'll tell you too, another thing that worked really well for me, and I don't know if you guys are doing this, but Facebook Lives.
Ugh.
Facebook is where I'm gathering the most people. I love Instagram and I'm consistent and I do my stories. Reels are great. Posts are great. Facebook is where majority of my leads are coming from. Facebook Reels, a post, a stagnant post, and a live. I did a live last week. It was last Sunday when I got those people. I was like, oh, okay. I did a live on our team page and then I was like, I'm just going to do a public live. And I honestly feel weird about it. Like you see people coming in and going, but you have to remember that that's how lives are. People are going to pop in, they're going to pop off. Kind of have an idea of things that you're going to say, keep the conversation moving. But I believe that the universe rewards you from pushing your comfort zone. So whatever pushing your comfort zone might look like, I know it freaks you out to go live. Like I swear it's like a trust fall that you're like, okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to put this out. When I was running for the Rise era or the Rise retreat, whatever, I needed like 2 more orders on a Sunday, last day. I didn't know where they were going to come from. And I went on Facebook Live with my mom at her house. She's a collagen believer. And I got two orders. They were like, hey, I want to order. And not they're going to get orders every time, but it makes it such a big thing to get on. And I talked about the collagen and the protanum a lot. I drank my Axio and I was just like, hey, I just want to get on and tell people about activation. It's something that I didn't know about. I've been supplementing. I bought products off of social media, whatever. Everyone, I feel like in LifeVantage has such a powerful story. You guys have a story to tell. And when you come at it as a way that we're bringing solutions for people, that changes the game. So when I do lives or stories, I try to just pretend like I'm doing a FaceTime with a friend, right? Like I'm just on FaceTime and I'm just like, hey, and we're just like chatting. Because when I get on and I'm like, oh, I'm on a live and it's so scary, you sound different than when you're just like FaceTiming someone, right? So when I do a live, I try to remember that. Like I'm just on FaceTime and I'm coming at it to bring a solution. Do you see that question? Do I need to
Yeah,
talk about how much
yeah,
I
yeah.
lost myself?
I want to have a come into Jesus heart to heart business conversation with every single person here. I had a friend in California that was a halal Jew that was very strict with his diet, and he owned 13 franchises of McDonald's, which is 13 to 26 million dollars. He was a multi-millionaire, and he said he never has eaten in his restaurants. I want you guys to stop with the whole Mary Kay little side business mindset. And the reason I am here today as seven-figure earners because I have never had ever that mindset. If you go to a franchise meeting to open a McDonald's, which is $1 to $2.5 million, depending on the location, guess what is never in the room? The Big Mac. Do you understand that? Like, it is irrelevant. You don't have to lose weight. Some of the skinniest people I know were top earners in our weight loss company. You do not get into weight loss because you need to lose weight. Some of us will, 7 out of 10 of us will. You get into weight loss because 120 million people currently are looking to lose weight because it is a health crisis, because you are solving a problem. Now, if you look at the weight loss cells, they're in the billions. And we are expected to have a $4 billion a year growth in 2025. And you know what? The majority of 4 billion a year growth. So right now I think it's at 90 billion a year, which is just astronomical. You're talking about, I think it's like $8 billion a month. We're going to have a $4 billion increase. That's an additional 300 plus million dollars, which is like so many people. And the biggest growth they are seeing in that space is GLP-1. So do not don't use the words Ozempic like in public. Do not post it. Do not hashtag it. We do not want to be on their radar because even if we're only getting 500 million of it, it's 500 million that they're going to have to explain to their stockholders how this little biotech company just snatched $500 million from them. You understand? We don't want to be on their radar. Your best friend who wants to lose 30 pounds because she's getting married next June doesn't care about anything but will it work? Is it safe? Is it affordable? Will I have side effects? Okay. So you do not need a story. In fact, I will be totally honest. Since I started, I've been on 13 trips, meaning planes, since I started, for a total of about 60 days. So eating out, not able to control whether there's seed oil on my salmon, on my salad, and like the dressings, and like I try to pick healthy. I should have probably gained 10 pounds. I've had a horrible stress in my life. I'm not going to share that, but I've had a lot of going on. My dad's in the hospital, my daughter, my cortisol is through the roof. I have not been consistent in working out because I've been traveling so much. I had to put our daughter off to college. But I've lost weight. I haven't lost a lot of weight, but I've lost weight. My jeans fit better. I think I've actually gained a little lean muscle. So I think I've lost more fat than the scale shows, but like I've lost inches, right? But here's the thing. I'm 51. I have been gaining weight slowly and steadily for 20 years. To lose any weight over 3 months is a victory in my book because I have literally not only changed nothing, but like if you look at what my normal life is, like, which is I cook from home a lot like that, and my life has been anything but normal since June. Trips and corporate stuff and eating out and softball tournaments and all the things. I was just on the road again. I just had 3 trips in the last 8 days. So like plane tickets, right? So not being able to work out a lot. So the fact that I've lost weight, I feel amazing because I have not. And also, here's a fun fact that everybody gains about an average of like 1 to 2 pounds a year slowly because our GLP-1 decreases every year from the time we're, in our teens. However, here's the thing. 60% of all weight gain is done between November 1st and January 1st. 60% of everybody's weight gain happens. So imagine if we get creative, and I think the company is going to do that. But like, imagine if we get creative, like, hey, no gain November. I think they're going to do that. But I really want you guys to, there's 68 of you left on this, which is a lot. Thank you guys so much for like giving me our time. But, and I'll stay here again. If you have to go, it's not, I'm not even, I don't even know who went, but thank you for saying goodbye. Because I know this is going to be so huge. As a field advisory board member and a consultant, a presidential consultant, I want nothing but all of us to grow. It doesn't matter if my team grows, it's not going to make a big enough splash as if we all grow. If every team grows and our company grows, we will be attractive. But like Courtney said, you've got to get out there. Like, I want you to put off your whatever you need to do. If you are doubting yourself or doubting that you can get 20 people signed up in October or 50 people to sign up in October, or you don't really know who to talk to, I'm going to give you a few tips, but this was something my sister gave to me. She was my enroller in my very first company in 2007. I went to her house a couple weeks after I enrolled, and we were having a business meeting. We had no idea what we were doing, you guys. We were just following what the upline said. And she said, here, you grew up in the same household. You need this. I was like, you do. I read it the first week she gave it to me. And it has been sitting on my desk for 17 and a half years because it's my favorite book because it changed my life. I'm not kidding. Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life by Brian Tracy literally changed my life. And you can see I've done so many trainings. I've got like highlights and notes, and like it's like my mindset Bible. And every time I do a training, I'm like, if I need a training on the fly, I go to this guy. I also have had this. I've lived in Arizona for 6 years and I moved it. This used to be black Sharpie. It's now faded into, I am 100% responsible in every area of my life, not my upline, not my downline, not the company, not the marketing team. I am 100% responsible. If it is to be, it is up to me. I am so tired of hearing about all these problems. We just had how many new EC3s and 2s and 1s? Like, we're going to have issues. We might even go back order. We might break the internet. We literally might break the website on October 11th. Please be prepared for that. We are doing everything from a corporate standpoint to not do that, but please be prepared that it might, right? But I want you guys to think like an entrepreneur. I want you to get creative. So when my business was stalling years ago, I was in this little company. I started going to networking groups, and I'll be honest, like, I'm an introverted extrovert, I think. I love doing this kind of stuff, but I also love just being in my hotel room at an event and not talking to anybody. Like, seriously, like, I like coming home from an event and just sitting and doing nothing for 2 days and like doing my sauna, my massage, and doing my meditations. I can be a total homebody too, right? But I love people and I love what I do and I love the impact and I love the results we're getting. But I lost my train of thought. But anyway, I'll think about it in a second. Um, you want to tell your family. Oh, I got it. You want to tell your family what you're doing. And I'm not kidding when I say I would go all out, balls to the walls, tits to the grits, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm going all out. I told my husband, I'm like, this is the calm before the storm. Like, I'm on here on a Sunday spending a couple hours with you guys because I know how big this is going to be. I'm one of the only few people, myself, Rachel Picard, Marilee, Becky, Marilee Marisich, Becky Taylor, Erica Dale, Sandy McClure. We were all in weight loss companies. We know how big this is going to be. You can't, but I want you guys to, this is how you should think. I don't know anyone. Great. I'm a new mom. Here's a really cool thing. There's a lot of apps. There's Nextdoor, which will actually just be a demographic in your area, which I used to start a hiking group in California because I wanted to go hiking selfishly. And I would go up a mile and down a mile, and it was a great workout. It was like straight up. But there's snakes, there's coyotes, and like, I don't know, it could be a stalker. So I didn't want to go by myself. So I started a hiking group, and I got 12 women to show up the same, like the first time. And then we actually had about 4 or 5 that did it every Tuesday and Thursday at the same time we met. And guess what? Several of them, what do you do? You're hiking for an hour. What do you think they're going to ask? What do you do? What do you do? Right? Do you think someone that hikes also wants to get healthy? Yes. I signed up customers. So if you're a new mom, you're like, I don't know anybody, go on Nextdoor, go on Meetup. It still is a thing. Go on Facebook. Hey, anyone local, I want to start a walking group. Grab your baby and your stroller and meet me at this park at 9 a.m. on this day, this day, and this day. What are y'all going to do? Complain about husbands and talk about how you're losing your baby weight. I promise you, you'll get customers, right? And then once you've, done that, if you get a consultant, have them branch off and start one. Get creative. Like, I can't stand when people are like, who do I talk to? Oh my God, everybody, right? Who do you talk to about hair care? Everyone with hair. Who do you talk to about skincare? Everyone with skin. Who do you talk to about cellular health? Everyone with cells. Who do you talk to about weight loss? Everyone that wants to lose weight. And by the way, don't prejudge. Everyone's like, you want to lose 40 pounds? I'm like, you have no idea. And they're like, you don't need to lose that. I'm like, yeah, I do, right? But you don't, yes, people that go to the gym. I'm telling you guys right now, if you just open your mouth a little bit, they're going to fly into it. Like, you're not going to have to do a lot of work, but you should be prepared. So what I would suggest, and I have done this in every launch, and who wants to be where I am? My daughter, my 18-year-old daughter says, because we live in a beautiful home, and, we get to do traveling and all this stuff and give to charities and build houses in Mexico 2 years in a row. My children got to build houses and give those houses away to these families that impacted them for the rest of their life. They know it's far beyond income, right? It's far beyond like nice Christmas presents and nice being able to fly first class. They know that we do. My daughter said to me, Mom, I want what you have, but I don't know if I can do what you do. I'll tell you right now, I don't think it's that hard because I love what I do. I'm giving away gifts every day, you guys, and I'm just doing it consistently for 17 and a half years, because what else am I going to do at 51? I don't golf yet. I got golf clubs 3 years ago. I've not used them once. I don't weave or crochet, or I do love to paint. I've got 3 whiteboards in my office, and they're going to be full of your names or my team's names, and we're going to be running like our hair on fire. So, get creative. If you have a team of 5 people, make a fun little thing that if they do this, you'll give them this. Like, do it prizes. Like, think about what your volume would be, what income you would make. Just take out a calculator, take out the comp plan. Here's a fun little fact. So, you can put the comp plan like as a widget. So here's my home screen. So this right here is the comp plan. So I go to this every day. I literally go to it every day. Like, someone asked me a comp plan question, I'm like, I don't know. I go to it every day. And I'm like, okay, so if I had this many people ordering this much, and you just bring out a calculator, and it's like, okay, if somebody put 50 people in on your front level, how much would you make, right? Well, if you're an SC1 or higher, which as long as you have 1 consultant and some customers, you will be, 50 people times 128 SV is 6,400. You're going to get 10% of that. You're going to make $640. Go help them. So could you give them a $200 gift if they do that? Yes. Are they going to love you and feel appreciated if you do that? Yes. So Angie Harper, I know she's not on here. She's got family stuff today, but Angie is doing, oh, hey, Araceli. Hey, Belkis. Angie is doing a little thing where the qualifying period is 10:11 to 11:30, and she's doing a retreat. Spoiler alert. And so, there's this thing for a day if you get this many, and this thing, like, if you do more. And she's investing thousands of dollars in her team because she did the math, and she knows if people do this, how much she'll have volume and what rank she'll be. And she's, trying to incentivize people to make it fun. You could do a little teeny mini promo, give a $50 Amazon card. If someone's struggling to buy school supplies for their children, that could change their life. You don't know, right? So if someone earns you $200 and you invest $50 in them, you know, that's a great investment, you guys, because every single person that comes in on that trial is a new person, a new if they're a consultant, a new corridor of people you didn't know, right? I look at every new person, like I used to drive an hour and a half each way in the dinosaur ages 16, 17 years ago for one person to show up. But one time that one person brought me thousands of people and changed their life and mine. You understand? Like you never know. We, instead of doing a big meeting, we sat there on the couch and we had a formal, informal conversation. They joined and they built a team. It's just, it's insane. And they weren't even discouraged by the fact that there was no one there. You know, I just spent a few days with Eric Ward. I gotta organize my notes, but people are looking more than ever right now. And I think we just need to get a little bit more bold. Network marketing is an incredible profession, no matter what the little jackass on Nextdoor said. For those of you who don't know, I was like, please don't do any more series. Please don't do a part two. I blocked her, but then I reported her because it was harassment. Like, I'm like, dude, I work for a publicly traded biotech company. I love what I do. I don't think like, and I make an unbelievable income and I have thousands of people on my team that make an income. Like, you're wrong. And I wasn't like mean or ugly, but I was just like, this is like, you're uneducated. What you're saying is like 1950. Like, what are you, what you're talking about right now? And I'm sure there are bad companies out there, but you're like, you go to a bad restaurant and you're going to say, don't go to any restaurants for the rest of your life. No. So anyway, she ended up getting deleted from Nextdoor. So, you know, just keep in mind that it is a sensitive topic. So if you go to someone that needs to lose 100 pounds, don't be like, hey, you want to lose weight? Just like, hey, do you know anyone that wants to try an all-natural GLP-1 activator and lose some weight naturally with no side effects? I'm looking for 10 people that want to try it, right? Thank you, Faye. I don't know who you are, but I love you. So if you're scared of rejection, I am too. In fact, I have a video that says rejection-proof marketing because I still, doesn't matter how much money I've made or how many, you know, top of the companies I've been at, I still hate rejection. So I do not ask a yes or no question. I don't go, do you want to join me? No. Right? I just say, can you see yourself starting or, you know, what do you like, what do you think? Do you see yourself as a customer, a consultant, or refer? Like, they can't say yes or no. You didn't ask me a yes or no question. Or who do you know that needs to lose weight? Or who do you know that wants to make extra income? Or who do you know that wants to be on the ground floor of a launch that is going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread? Wait till the 11th. All right, but I want questions. Comp plan. Can you hold up the, it's not an app, sweetie. So Ellen, when you go to pull up the comp plan on your browser in your phone, and then I gotta remember how I did it, but I believe you can, oh, here we go. So like, here's the comp plan. Like I pulled it up on the web browser. Then there's at the very tap on the screen and a little thing comes up and hit the little arrow. And then you can say add to home screen. Add to home screen. So it is a shortcut. So I have my LifeVantage website, a login for LifeVantage. Everything is a shortcut. It's super easy. Do you know anyone who might like it? Yeah, perfect. It's perfect. You can't say the wrong thing. Here, you guys want the best training in the world. So when I went presidential 2 years ago, and Eric Worre on his training, he's like, "Okay, we got someone in the house where they're, you know, just hit the top of her comp plan. We're gonna
Tanya,
get."
I just bought. This month I bought 4 cases of it. I'm just saying. No, of like these water bottles. I buy them all the time.
Rita,
Rafa said, "I."
you're not muted. You could mute her, right? Okay. Um, so Eric Worre had me speak and he said, Tara, tell everybody what you've done to hit the top of the company. That's everybody's goal. What did you do? And as I was listening, because we had some people share their successes before at other companies, and I was like, you know what, Eric? I would love to say that there was something really special, but we launched a new product and everyone was excited about that product. And everyone, because they were excited, they opened their mouth. And because they opened their mouth, they had customers because guess what? Working works. That's it. You guys want to know the secret to my success over the last 17 years? I work my business every day. Oh my goodness, not all day. Yesterday I was at my daughter's first college games and then on the road for 6 hours. So on the 6 hour drive, I did some stuff, follow up, adding to my list, social media. But every day, even Christmas Day, I touch my business for at least 1 minute. Right now, it's a lot of minutes. It's thousands of minutes, right? Or whatever that is. But working works. I'm not kidding that if you just consistently do something, do not ever forget this. This is probably the greatest business advice you will ever get. Consistency compounds. Do you understand what that means? It means it's exponential. Every person you put in can turn into 100, can turn into 1,000. Carrie Dickey put me in and it turned into 160,000. She followed up with me 4 times over 6 years and it turned into 160,000 and I don't even know how many millions in volume for. Working freaking works. Everyone is going to love this. And I need you guys to like go out every day in the marketplace with everyone's going to love this, right? Okay, you just changed my life without adding to my home screen. Good. All right. Any questions, like business questions, mindset questions? I'll give you guys a few more minutes. Like I'm good. You can unmute yourself. You don't have to type it. Comp plan. Sonia, if you go to lifemanage.com and go all the way to the bottom and then go to resources and then hit on comp plan, that'll pull it up. And then once you have that pulled up, then hit the square with the arrow and then save to home screen.
Thank you.
I do that manually. Thank you. You're welcome. Every time I wanted to, I was like, lifemanage.com.
Yeah, I keep losing it. Okay.
It'll save your life.
Yeah, thank you. I'll do that right now.
What other business questions you guys have? You guys got someone who's made $10 million. Let's go. Ask me good questions. Do not stop being a fly on the wall.
So I have a quick question. I have somebody messaging me over and over. She wants to know the exact ingredients in the GLP-1 activator, which I know we don't have. And I love how you said, who cares what's in it? What's a nice way of saying, who cares what's in it? Just get on my list and let's go.
Yeah, obviously you don't want to say that.
Right.
So I would say, do you have an allergy? Do you have concerns? And what is the reason? They don't just want to know the ingredients. They want to know the reason why you're asking. So what is the reason you're asking for the ingredients? Are you possibly allergic to something? Do you want to compare it to another product?
Yeah.
Because here's what I know, especially in 5 days from now. Yeah. Are you looking for the ingredients or are you looking for an outcome? Are you looking for a result? Like when people are like, oh, I already take turmeric. Great. Are you lowering your oxidative stress 40% in 30 days? I already drink green tea. Great. But we tested turmeric and green tea for 10 years against this product and none of them extended life except for this. So there's a difference. So are you looking, Sonia, you were in Visalis, so you're going to laugh at this one. There was nothing better. This is my favorite thing. And by the way, Visalis, the last company, was a really crappy shake. It had artificial ingredients, the whole 9 yards. And let's pretend this is a bag of shakes. Got my glasses on. As they're holding their glass of wine, they're reading the label. And all I can think about is, what are you possibly looking for that's worse than the poison in your hand? Like, what are you like looking for something specific? So the question is, are you looking for the ingredient list for a reason? And are you looking for an outcome? Right? When people are, oh, you guys have some filler binder in this. I'm like, okay, but it didn't stop you from, lowering your oxidative stress 40%. In every human that's ever taken in all of history, there's never been a human that has not lowered their oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days. So are you looking for an ingredient? Or are you looking for the outcome? It doesn't matter what's in it. Even if there was something that people considered harmful, yet it still lowered the oxidative stress 40% on average in 30 days. Obviously, we saw that John Quinones was
I love that video, by the way. Yeah.
Are you looking for the ingredients? Are you looking for the outcome? I've taken berberine. I've taken all kinds of products. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if they're just asking because they want to be a jerk and compare it. Don't compare it. Say this. Hey, in 5 days, we'll compare the product you have And all of their human clinical studies, which there are none, they have in vitro, they have in vitro studies, which is petri dishes with human cells, not the same as in vivo, which is live humans, 60 people that volunteered, do not know the company, are not on our products, and we're double blind. Okay, in a non-biased research center called Lighthouse Research Center in Draper, Utah, because I've been there. So we'll compare your results, how much it activated your GLP-1, how much visceral fat they lost, how much muscle they lost, how much weight they lost, how much body percent. We'll compare that with the product, and then you can decide which one you want to take.
Boom.
Kardashian's just launched one. Guess what? Not a single human clinical study. I'm not worried about Khloe Kardashian's fun little gummy. Not the first activated GLP. Freaking broccoli activates your GLP. No, it's not. We are not the first. But I promise you, after Friday, you'll know we're the most clinically proven.
Hi, this is Veronica. You were formerly in a weight loss company. What sales language or strategies are transferable that we could use here with the GLP-1 launch, do you think?
Yeah, asking your friends, hey, did you know obesity was the fastest growing disease in the world? Yes. Do you know anyone that wants to lose 10 or more pounds? Yeah. If there was an all natural GLP-1 activator that was clinically proven to help you lose weight with no side effects, would you try it? That's it. Competition is good, by the way. Everyone's like, oh, there's this product coming and this product coming and this product coming. Oh, I don't care. Do you know that when Pepsi launched, Coke sales went up? Competition's good, guys. We have to say this. Research. What was a good reply to say they have to research? Oh, I would just say, oh, that's a great idea. Always compliment someone. Don't make them feel dumb for wanting to make research. That is a great idea. I would love to help you be really, what's the word? Diligent with your time. And I really love to help you. So what research are you looking for? I'll just spoon feed it to you, right? I want to help you, save some time. What research are you looking for? Daily action. Goodness, come on, people. Everyone should be adding to their list every day. And like she said, I've got mine in my notes section and they have bubbles. So every time I message them, I'm going to click off the bubble. And then obviously have a strategy to launch all my new consultants because I know I'm going to have a lot of new consultants. So I'm going to have like weekly calls with them and strategy calls with them. But for customers, I'm gonna make sure that I really convey to people that GLP-1 activation, it happens over time. It's not like the first day they're activating like all this GLP-1, like, they're gonna be done in 2 weeks. Our clinical study was a 12-week study on purpose. I would highly recommend everybody stay on the product for the full 12 weeks and onward as they're, obviously like my housekeeper is down 13 pounds in 5 weeks. And so at that rate, we know she's losing a little over 2 pounds, like probably almost 2.5 pounds a week. So if her goal is to lose 25 pounds, we know that 10 weeks, or if her goal is to lose 50 pounds, like, obviously it slows as you lose more. Like I'm not losing 2 pounds a week. I'm losing like a half pound a week. Right. So I'm also not doing anything. I'll be honest. I'm not doing anything. I thought when I first got on, I'm like, oh, I'm going to just like juice cleanse and water fast. And I'm just going to drop all my, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. You know why? Because if nobody has the results I have, then like that would be fake. And so I just like, I'm just going to live my life and I've still lost weight. So, yeah, there's a lot of companies that have GLP-1. Here's fun. Modere just repackaged 4 products they already had. And when you go to those products, it doesn't say anything in the description about GLP-1, but they're marketing them as a GLP-1. And one of my girlfriends over there was just at the mastermind with her. Her team did 3.5 million last month in 1 month with repurposed products that don't even say GLP-1 and they're $300 on the website. We're going to have studies like,
I just saw those products on John Milton's page. They've been hyping up that they were getting a GLP-1, and I was like looking through where it says GLP-1, and it
no,
does not
and it
say
doesn't.
GLP-1. But
It
what
doesn't.
I'm thinking of daily action, like it's Sunday, this is when I map out my week personally. Like I go through my calendar. I know a lot of my leaders do the same thing. I'm circling back and giving everyone that was on my list that we've had a conversation with an update on whatever that might look like, a friend, a this or that. And I'm letting everyone know on Friday, I will be sending a shopping cart. If you're not activated yet, let's get you activated. I've been messaging my friends today that were talking about becoming a consultant. And I'm like, hey, Kara, where are we at on things? We're launching on Friday. Are you ready to get started? Like, get your business kit picked out, and that way you will have a website on Friday. So my week this week is following up, but you guys, I'm going to try my hardest to do as many social media posts as I can do. I know that it's time consuming, but I want to be on the top of everyone's mind. So stories, reels, post, share other people's, do other things like that. I know you guys all have places to go, but plan out your week, plan out your month. That's the biggest thing. Have events, be ready to go. Start making invites. I made rank advancement Canva things that my whole team can use so that we can just welcome easy, rank advancement easily, like all of those things so that we're not spending time where we don't need to, but on our business. Let's grow this. Let's share this and really make the impact that Tara Wilson has been talking about, because that motivates me. Being in a skincare business, my biggest product launch we ever had was a lash serum.
Let me
I
ask
can only imagine what this will be. Hi, Jill.
let me ask you guys a question. It just hit me. I had somebody last night and she had me laughing my butt off. She's and going to the, make wellness, that. And because she did a post, and I honestly, the way I read it, I thought she was the Life Manage consultant, and because I was a little butthurt because I've been talking to her for 2 years. I'm like, who did you join? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, Make Wellness. I went, oh, because I was telling her to change her Ozempic word. I go, never mind, leave it alone. Leave your Ozempic word right where it is, because they're using that word and you can't do that. Let them get in trouble. But my point was, she goes, oh, ours is not a GLP. She writes in the post, not a GLP-1 activator. And I go, what a shame. You want a GLP-1 activator. She goes, oh no, this is peptides. What do you think GLP stands for? Glucagon-like peptide. She had no answer for me because they don't know what they're talking about. So when somebody says to you peptide, does anyone have any response? Because I'm like, guys, GLP, it's a peptide. It's a hormone, but it's a peptide. I literally was cracking up. I'm like, because they're being marketed to and not being educated on what the heck it is. But oh no, ours is peptides. Ours is peptides. So I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy. Has anyone come across that, or am I the only one?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what their products are marketed, is peptides. I just had a friend today that came to an event. I just saw her today that she announced that she went to Make Wellness and she came to a Life Vantage event. I'm like, but like I tell you guys, in my other company, everyone wants to be Sarah Robbins. They want to be the first. They want to be a founding member. I've looked into their weight loss product and it burns visceral fat. It's essentially fat burn. It looks like fat burn. It sounds like fat burn. We all know fat burn is great, but it does not give the results that GLP-1 does.
Correct. So, but when do we even know when their stuff is launching? I asked, but I didn't get an answer.
They were supposed to get products the end of October, which I think they kind of have gotten some, because they got their product that's like Axio, and
Yeah.
some of them have fat burn. I had heard the end of October was when they were launching, so I don't know.
But here's the thing about people wanting to go to a ground floor opportunity. I was in one of those once and it didn't get off the ground. I came into Life Vantage when it was 6 years old, and I'm probably like this number 7 earner in the company.
Right.
Doesn't matter when you join, it's what you do when you join. Some of the biggest actual earners probably haven't joined yet. There'll be people that smoke us.
I agree, because like these people are not getting paid. They're promoting something that they don't have. I don't get it. But
Yeah. I mean, while we're still chatting about them, this is my idea for Kansas City. If you guys are going to Kansas City, let us know in the chat. But that they are looking for community. All of the companies that my friends from my other company have gone to, they have all had their leader events happening. Bravenly had a big get together. All of Ida just had a big get together. Make Wellness, they got everyone together. Shackley, they got everyone together. And they're really showing that community piece. So the biggest thing that I recommend is while you're in Kansas City, blow up on your social media this launch. We all know what they do, a stage with the DJ, with the fun, with the mingle at the end. Show your tribe, show the fun that you're having, show what LifeVantage is doing, what this looks like, all of that hype, that community. I can't tell you how many people asked me if LifeVantage is fun. I know your products work, but are you fun? And I
Yeah.
see LifeVantage bringing that here. It's going to be amazing in Kansas City, but be prepared and be ready. When I go to these events, I'm ready to take a ton of pictures. Like they have them displayed on the stands. I use those in my posts, in my Zooms, later in my presentations, like how they have things set up and displayed and like all of the things. Biggest launch in history. We always did the like, oh my gosh, this just happened, this just launched, and do stats about the weight loss industry, do stats about all those types of things. But you have to bring the hype because that's what they're bringing in Make Wellness. Their peptides are going to be whatever. We all know nobody has what we have. It's like you just don't really combat that. But I had a friend join my team today that we hit RFX Circle at the same time in my other company. She messaged me yesterday after seeing my results and said, I know I've told you no for 2 years, but seeing your results, she's like, I want in, send me your link. I'm going to buy an enrollment pack. And like, I just don't feel like we can combat them with like, well, we're this, well, we're that. What I'm doing is I'm just loving on them. I'm like, awesome. That's so exciting for you. That sounds amazing. Oh, peptides. Yes, I love peptides. I've deep dived tons of research into that, Like I just kind of comment like, oh, wow, yeah, peptides. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the peptides our GLP-1 has. You'll be blown away when we can announce that. Like,
Oh, I just can't even wait to just crush the entire industry with our results. It's
Just educate you guys on something in case you don't know this. And I just had a customer message me, so I saved the exact message.
oh, good.
So what's going on in the compound pharmacies where people are getting their, agonist compounded because there's brand name and there's off brand, right? So
Mm-hmm.
go see a doctor and you get a prescription, and if insurance pays for it, you're paying nothing, right? Whatever, or very minimal. But if you don't have a prescription and you have to get brand names, it's very, very expensive, as you know. Quote unquote, she said to me, my diet shots, I'm on the compound Mongiorno, okay? Because Mongiorno is no longer on the short supply list. The pharmacy can no longer compound it. And the real version is crazy expensive. So she wants our product. So
Woo!
that's what's going to happen. Now I heard this from I have a doctor who's plastic surgeon, and he called us a month ago and said, when is this coming out? Because we're going to be in trouble because we can't get the compound anymore. So make sure you share that with people. Like you call all your medi spas in your area, because the medi spas that are getting it from the compounded pharmacy, the price just doubled. Follow the bouncing ball. So everyone's got to pound the pavement and go see all the medi spas out there.
Right. I keep telling my husband and my kids, I'm busier than I have time for. I know
Right.
you guys all feel that way.
Mhm.
Onboarding new consultants, new customers, following up with random people. I did that post about I can't believe what our products are doing for autism. And like, hopefully that's not making claims, but I'd watched that Carrie Williams video and Brett Brimhall, and I had 10 people I've never even thought of message me, send me info, I mean, and I think it's just because I'm on people's radars with how much I'm posting right now. So,
Somebody just said something. Ellen just said our local town pharmacy already stopped selling the shots. I called them. Guys, be aware,
oh,
is huge for us. Huge.
Jill, keep us on the loop of things like that because
Oh,
you're amazing at that.
well, my brother sells Ozempic, guys. He's a #1 rep in New Jersey.
Yeah, you guys should
No
be
way.
in weight loss, like LifeVantage weight loss groups. I know we have one. I know a lot of teams have started them. Be in those groups for the communication, for the streamline, for the education. Like Dr. Dondi and the Highfields did a training the other day, and I grabbed it from that group and I sent it to my prospect, and her boyfriend watched it, and she's like, I'm in. All right,
Here-
I'm gonna do my last tips because then I'm gonna go. But this is what I've done for all 4 companies. Tony Robbins teaches this. So I actually, after I went to Tony Robbins, I realized why I'm so successful. Here's my format for success. You guys are all marketers. You are paid to market. So again, we don't sell products, we solve problems. So to know, like, I know everyone loves Netflix and everyone has their favorite show. I know it's, I gotta unwind, but some people don't like to hear this. But when I started network marketing in 2007, I had a husband, I had a 1-year-old, and I had a 7-year-old. So that was my family. 2 years in, I had my 3rd child. So I was already full-time by then. I didn't have much time. I had a full-time job. Then I got the kids after school or their, nanny. And I went to the grocery store. I came home. I prepared dinner with my husband. We cleaned up. We did bath time. We did homework time. We did bedtime. And then normally I'd collapse on the couch. And that one night I went to the meeting, I had to give up Grey's Anatomy for the night. But once I saw what was possible, these people just like me, no more educated than me, no background in sales, no background in health and wellness, of all walks of life, we're earning, $5,000-$6,000 a week, which is about 250 to 300,000 a year, which was a lot more than I was making. And I was making about 150,000, and that's pretty good. That was 20 years ago. My husband made a 6-figure income. We had no debt. We had a 401k. So I'm not a rags to riches story. I was a mom who wanted to volunteer in the classrooms, because every school year I'd drop them off and then I'd have to go to, my work. I wasn't able to decide, I want to do math labs on Tuesdays at 10 or art, Thursdays at 3 or whatever. And I envied those moms that could just go and just be there. Right. But I always wanted to work. I like working. But one thing I did was I turned off my television for 6 years. 6 years, you guys. And I remember it was 6 years because I finally got all these notifications from my cable company, like, your DVR is full. And I was racing 6 seasons of The Bachelor, 6 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, 6 seasons of Desperate Housewives, which they were all entertaining. As I was erasing them, I'm not kidding, I remember going one by one erasing them. And I was thinking, wow, in this last 6 years, I went from living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,200 square foot condo into like I don't know, at the time, 6 years, probably like a 5,000 square foot custom home in a beautiful area. And not only did I become a millionaire, but it helped be a part of creating 6 other millionaires in my personal teams, plus all kinds of 6-figure earners, multiple 6-figure earners, and people just making an extra $500 a month. Sonia has known me for what? Sonia and I went to high school together, actually. So she can vouch that this is like all true. But one thing I did was, instead of TV time, I was investing in myself, my business. I was reading, doing personal development, but I was also Googling. So my first company was an antioxidant drink that had an acai berry, which I couldn't even pronounce for like 3 months. So what I was doing is I was going to Google, and this is 2007, so it's not the same Google as today. You can find a lot more information. You got chat, you got AI. You can do an entire thesis in AI in 5 minutes on Nerf2, on collagen or whatever. But I became an expert. I wanted to know what I was solving. What's the problem? People don't get enough antioxidants. What's the problem? And why is my solution working? So we all know obesity is a fast growing business, but what is the ramifications, the cost, the damage to our bodies? Become an obesity expert, right? Understand what GLP, if you're 2 months in the launch and you don't know it means glucagon-like peptide, and you don't know that your body produces it, and you don't know why it turns off hunger noise, that's on you. But I promise you, I'm going to be a GLP-1 expert over the next couple months, because I want to be able to have a conversation intelligently with my prospects, and I want to be able to teach my team. Every one of you can be a leader. Leadership is when you make a decision to be responsible for the results in your team, whether you're leading yourself or you're leading 160,000 people, right? You are responsible. So I knew that if I had an empty cup, I had nothing to give to my team. I was telling them, we're going to make all this money. We're going to charge. My first company, I lost money for 3 months in a row, but I went at every event. I bought thousands of dollars worth of product and I just kept giving it away, and talking to people and having conversations. And all of a sudden I got my first person, I got my second person, and they were all referred to me. Remember the corridor principle? For those of you who've been around, not one person that helped me earn a six-figure income in my first two companies, not one of them did I know their name before I joined. One of them I met on Craigslist, where you can equate that today to social media. One of them was referred to me by my mortgage broker. It was his wife. And the third one was my husband played baseball in college. His college roommate played professional. He referred me to a professional baseball player. Those three people were not in my contact list, and I didn't know they existed in the world. And those three people earned me $500,000 in my first 2 years and 4 months in network marketing, $500,000 in commissions. And I didn't know their name. Do you understand? Like your business begins at the end of your list. Just keep having conversations. Say, what are you looking for? Well, only you can tell me what you're looking for. I'm looking to build a global team to promote a clinically proven, safe GLP-1 agonist or activator, either one, that's the interchange, that is helping people lose weight naturally with no side effects. And this is going to be, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be correct. This is going to be the biggest thing that's ever hit the wellness industry. Who do you know who wants to get in on it? We're going to create a whole wave of millionaires. And that is true. We are. Who do you know that wants to just even make an extra 10,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 1,000 a month? Or who do you know that wants to build a global team like my friend Tara, my friend Tyler, my friend Skip, my friend Brandon, my friend Michelle and Sean, and build and become a millionaire, right? You got to have conversations. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is the best time to learn the comp plan. This is the best time to learn about the product. Be an expert. And every time you get in the front of the room, or you put yourself in the front of the room, or you put yourself in a one-on-one, or you put yourself in a three-way call to help your team build, and every time you can answer questions, you're going to build your credibility, you're going to build your confidence, and you're going to build your team. I was a hot mess express when I joined, a hot mess express. I had no idea what I was doing. I was going around just talking to anybody, and they actually called me Monavi. That was a nickname. That was my nickname. My friends mocked me behind their back. They're like, oh, here comes Monavi, because I was throwing up my purple juice Monavi on everybody, because I was like, I was shoving it down their throat. I was doing it all wrong. Instead of asking, who do you know who? I was getting rejected left and right. I don't even know how I made it past the first 3 months. Then I had my first big break. But when I got her, I was ready. You know, Napoleon Hill says there is no such thing as luck. It's when opportunity meets preparation. When you meet your influencer, your chiropractor, your social butterfly, your person that has a big influence, your person that wants to build a business, like Andrea Ebert called people. She's like, someone sign me up. I want to do this, right? She found network marketing, found LifeVantage, right? Christy Vogt found me. She wanted to join LifeVantage. She wanted to join our company, like found me on social media, called me and was like, sign me up, right? When you meet that person, will you be prepared? I can't prepare you. You have to prepare yourself. That will give you an education, an edge. You give yourself an education, you'll give yourself an edge. Learn the profession, learn the comp plan, learn enough about our products to make you dangerous. And if you don't know all the facts, learn where to find them, right? Have a binder. I had a binder in my first 3 companies. I had a binder. I was like a binder, like in a briefcase and stuff. I was a total nerd. Have the comp plan printed out, have the launch guide printed out, and have some notes on GLP-1 so that you can quickly ask questions. And if you don't know the answer, you've got a whole community of people that are there to answer them for you. But you have to do the work. You have to have the conversations. If there is one time, I believe that there's a few times in our life that if we make the decision, it'll change your life. And that my first one was March of 2007, obviously 2010, getting in my last company, obviously 2015. This is probably going to be the fourth best. This is probably going to be the fourth best decision I've made to go all in on this launch. So with that, I appreciate you guys for sticking on. I love you, and we are going to grow together. I'll see you all in Kansas City. And if anyone has any questions, please reach out anytime. I'm happy to help you. And let's do this, guys. Let's sell out. Let's sell this product out. Let's show corporate what we can do. I love you guys. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.